Greg Kinnear, Rafe Spaller in this awesome summer show on Apple TV Plus called Smoke. So, Greg, I'm going to take no more time. Tell us what Smoke's all about.
Smoke is comes from Dennis Lehane, the novelist, who's also a great show creator. I worked with him on Blackbird a few years ago. This is also for Apple TV Plus. Starts June 27th, and it is crime drama in the sense that it deals with fire and arson. And that's kind of the through line. It's populated by a great cast and a really complex story. So it kind of, like Blackbird, I think it starts with a small focus, and it starts to unravel in bigger and bigger ways. I play the chief of fire in a small northwest town, and there's been I have a relationship with Taron Egerton, who is a arson investigator. There's a few small fires that have started, and that's kind of the beginning of our story, and it unravels from there.
You described that so perfectly. And Rafe, I mean, these lead characters, Taron Egerton, Jurnee Smollett, who you work more closely alongside with, what was it like kind of taking the reins from them and working alongside them in a project like this?
All you hope for as an actor is to work with people that you admire, that you can learn from, and this was no exception to that. It's a fantastic cast, as you say, led by the brilliant Taron and Jurnee. It was a joy to come to work every day, to act opposite people of that caliber, and they made me better. And I really enjoyed myself, and I'm really excited for audiences to see something that I think is original, arresting, strange, and ultimately very, very gripping.
There are so many questions that you ask, even after watching the first episode, but you learn more and more as the story goes on. And it's inspired by real life crimes of an arsonist, but we can't give too much away because then that would kind of spoil the story. Greg, what do you hope audiences take away from watching a show like this summer?
Yeah, it's a tricky one to talk about because there's so many things to unwrap not only in each episode, but just the overall arc of the story is... there's a lot going on here. I hope they are first and foremost entertained. It is based on a true life podcast. Carrie Ann Thallis's Firebug, which is excellent, by the way. That's the launching point. But at the end of the day, like any good novel, this kind of goes its own way, uses that as the launching point. I hope that it's a good summer page turner for people. I think it is.
It certainly will be. It's terrific casting top to bottom. Also, John Leguizamo, Anna Klumsky, Adina Porter. I mean, you guys are terrific as well. Thank you so much. Make sure you watch Smoke Friday, June 27th on Apple TV Plus. Thanks again, guys.
Quick shout out to Logan Sport.
Yes, love the Indianapolis shout out. Love it. Thank you. Ntari Mwene is in this great show on Apple TV Plus this summer. It's called Smoke, and his character is so mysterious, but it's so riveting to watch. Tell us about Freddie in this show.
All right, thank you. It's Ntari Mwene, and I am thrilled to be able to chat with you about Freddie Fasano. Dennis Lehane described him as the loneliest man on the planet. And when you have ever been in a lonely state, sometimes you'll do self-destructive things. You might binge on things that are not the best for you. You might engage in relationships that might not be the best for you. And Freddie is sort of on a downward spiral, we discover, in part because he's not able to deal with this sort of lonely state that he's been living under for most of his life.
We see so much on your character's face just without even words being spoken. It is such a great performance from you. How do you get yourself to go to that place where you don't even have to convey the emotion through words? You just do it in all of these surroundings and essence that is your character.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm so grateful that it resonated and translated on screen, because sometimes as an actor, you don't know what is reading, especially when there's no dialogue, because there's a whole unspoken monologue that the audience needs to interpret. So I'm so grateful that it translated. I spoke with Dennis right at the onset about like what was his window into this role, because it's so tormented and demented, and like, how did he get into this? And he just said it was his imagination. So just taking creative license to be feeling free to play and to give over to his circumstances and see where that takes you. So I think I was pleasantly surprised going on this roller coaster ride, because I discovered things in myself that I didn't know I had within me to bring this character to life.
Audiences are going to be watching this show week by week throughout the summer on Apple TV+. What do you hope they take away after watching all of Smoke?
I think it's going to be a thrilling ride for folks. I think they might see themselves in it in some elements, which is kind of hard to say because all the characters are on the edge, or living in some extreme state. But we've all been in a place where we want the best outcome, but we do something that makes things worse. We do things that just doesn't move things forward, it moves things backwards. And I think that's part of what's so exciting and what's so thrilling about the show, is that we ricochet from love, loss, revenge, and then sort of repeat that cycle faster and faster and faster. And it just builds us to an incredible crescendo.
A thrilling ride from start to finish. Smoke premieres Friday, June 27th on Apple TV+. Thank you so much. The Emmys are all here with John Leguizamo, Anna Klumsky. I'm talking with them about their great new show, Smoke, on Apple TV+. So, John, I was reading the press notes, and you said it best when working for a show with Dennis Lehane. The audiences are guessing and guessing and guessing and still cannot figure out where this show is going. What was that like working on a show like this?
Well, we knew what was going on. We were told...
Most of the time.
Oh, come on. We were told. I mean, it was in the script, and then they told you what seasons 2 and 3 are, which is important to know because you can't get it all in the first season if you're going to go on. So, yeah, he gets you guessing, but he also knows where everything is planted. Mm-hmm. And there's not one wasted note. There's not one wasted moment. It all will pay off if you trust.
And we are trusting as viewers this summer on Apple TV+. And this is, I mean, Smoke, as most of the United States right now is in a heat wave, here in Indianapolis included. I mean, what a perfect time for this to come out, Anna.
Yeah, I agreed. Agreed. It's it's a hot time, and we're diving right in.
We're diving right into this story. It's led by Taron Egerton, Jurnee Smollett, and terrific performances. John, what was it like working alongside them?
Oh my God, what a cast with Anna and Greg Kinnear. I mean, it was so fun. You're in good hands when you're with great actors. You can be free, you can be expressive, and no one's going to hold you back. It's a beautiful thing. You have a safety net with all this great talent.
Anna, what can we expect as we see these episodes unfold? Your character comes in about midway season, but what do people need to know about your character and your storyline in this?
Tell us.
Oh God, what do you need to know about me or about Dawn? I think, I think the most important thing to keep in mind is that she has had other chapters of her life in order to get to this point in her career. It's not her first rodeo. And yet she's, she finds herself, just like many women in many industries, including law enforcement, as heading up a boys' club. And that does not come with, without its challenges. And so it's, I think it's something she's always carefully navigating. I think she tries not to show a lot on her sleeve, and which is what makes her a challenge for me. Because, I kind of put it all out there.
I mean, I love that about this show, that there's a lot of women in positions of power, which is really exciting to see women in positions of power, as they should be.
Yeah.
And the show reflects how DEI is a good thing.
And also as we, but also as we examine these, larger questions around masculinity, manhood. These are very front and center in our show. And I think that it would be unwise to kind of, think that we're not doing that. Like, that is definitely important. And we're at a time
So you think
where,
the arsonist is burning things because he has a...
because he has a penis? No, that's not what I'm saying.
Or
But
you putting out the fire with his...
Okay, but the fact that you're asking the question is what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
That's what we're supposed to be doing, asking those questions.
Audiences are going to be watching this show just like they watched Waco, just like they watched Veep. I'm adding smoke to these two's great filmography, TVography. New episodes Fridays on Apple TV+. Thank you both so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.